All right, welcome in, boys and girls. I'm excited to talk about this. We're talking a little head coach action for the New York Jets. A lot of steam gaining around Aaron Glenn, the former New York Jet, now defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. Obviously still in the playoffs, so you can't officially hire him or interview him in person just yet. And I do think the Jets are ultimately going to hire a GM, so that GM could be part of the process to hire the new head coach. But man, Aaron Glenn is gaining so much steam with not just the fan base, but the players on the team as well. First, we saw Quinnen Williams back Aaron Glenn as a potential Jets head coach, and now we got Jermaine Johnson on board as well. When you have two first-round defensive players, especially on that defensive line that is like kind of the identity of the Jets defense, you like just have to, your ears perk up. You start to listen to what these players want and who they think can lead them into battle. And Aaron Glenn, after being on Hard Knocks and like just the way he acts and treats his players, is just like, I want to run through a brick wall. Like literally the Aaron Glenn thing is like, it's so polarizing for some fans because it's like, oh, it's a first time head coach on the defensive side of the ball. The Jets have like run this gambit like 100 times. We've seen it nonstop. Literally, Adam Gase is the only head coach the Jets have hired since, was it Bill Parcells or was it even before Bill Parcells? I guess it was before Bill Parcells. That coaches on the offensive side of the ball. So Aaron Glenn is definitely more of the same, which is like a little bit concerning. But he had a clip of him talking about, hey, look, you're not just hiring a defensive head coach. You're hiring a guy that's going to be your head coach. And I know the offense just as well as like anyone else. So even though he's not calling offensive plays, he knows the offensive side of the ball. He says he wants to be in part of like the defensive discussions, the offensive discussions. He's going to spend equal time across the both sides of the ball, which is great because I do ultimately want a CEO-style head coach. I felt like Robert Saleh, Todd Bowles, even Adam Gase on the offensive side of the ball. You had the whole Greg Williams, head coach of the defense kind of a thing going on. There's been too much Rex Ryan going back years. Like, it's always been about their side of the ball. And I feel like Aaron Glenn can provide that type of balance. Not to mention, he's endearing himself to the fans. This guy was a first-round pick for us back in the 90s. Like, I grew up watching this guy. It's super exciting to see it. And, like, not for nothing, but like when you turn down the head coaching opportunity to interview for the New England Patriots, like it just, there's a certain spot in my heart that you're just gonna live forever. Not to mention, like, the Lions are like the NFC equivalent of the New York Jets. They have just been downtrodden their entire franchise. So Aaron Glenn has been there to watch this whole thing swing around and turn in the right direction. And I really want that. I want it for us. I want it for the fan base. Like, it's everything we deserve. By golly, he's got some good offensive staff to be able to pull from, too. I'm going to make another video in a little bit about my 4 offensive coordinators that I think the Jets should look at, especially if Aaron Glenn winds up becoming this next head coach for us. But, man, I would definitely throw my support behind Aaron Glenn. This is just getting the fan base all sorts of amped up, and the fan base deserves to be happy. The players deserve to be happy. And let's get ourselves a damn good head coach. Guys, let me know what you think. Aaron Glenn, is he going to ultimately be the Jets' next head coach? Do you think there's another player out there or another coach out there in the running? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, go Jets. Jets!